Being a good woman in this day and age is a struggle. Let's talk about how being a good woman no longer gets you loved. Let's talk about how if you're a good woman right now, you are lied to, you're manipulated, you are taken advantage of, you're cheated on. How these men view your being a good woman as a strength for them, and it's a flaw for you. How you're never going to bring that up. Hell, you probably don't even know what that is. You're such a good woman. You would never suspect. And even if you suspected, you would make an excuse for him. You would say, oh, well, he must be going through a lot and he's stressed and, he's not doing great at work and that's got him all kind of revved up. And don't make excuses for these guys. Some of these men are actually out here weaponizing your kindness against you, because they know that you are programmed to see the good in everybody, and that's only adding fuel to the fire. These guys no longer care if you're a good woman or not. All they care about is if you can service their needs and if they get what they want. Being a good woman in this day and age is a struggle.
You know what? I came to the conclusion that I don't want no good woman. Like, I like street trash. I like whores. I like women that's gonna dog me out. If you're a good woman, it's just gonna make me bored. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm gonna abuse you. Like, I'm used to being treated like trash. So, if you treat me good, I'm not gonna be able to process that. All you're gonna do is make me sabotage my happiness. And it's gonna make me resent you in some sort of weird kind of way. I like my women abused and already ran through. Like, you can't come over here and be clean and a virgin and religious and all that. No, I don't want that. If it's not dysfunctional, I don't want it.
Every woman should watch this video to the end. In fact, all the good girls, come forward. This video is for you. Men do not want good women. In fact, men are actually coming out to say they find good women boring, that they don't want good women. And some of these men are advising women to stop being good women because men do not want good women. If men actually wanted good women, how many good women do you know who have been played, used, and dumped by the men they were in relationships with?
Look for a second. Some of these men know for a fact that you have no right dealing with them, but because you're a beautiful person inside and out, and you don't date for looks, and you don't date for money, and you don't date with a man for what he can do for you, but you date a man just because maybe you liked him, just because of the vibe that he made you feel, just because of the security that you made him feel, just because of the level of comfort that he made you feel. So you take a chance. But secretly, this man is broken. Secretly, this man will never feel like he's enough for you. So it doesn't matter if you tell him that his penis is the perfect size. It doesn't matter if you tell him that he's the best man in the world to you, because in his eyes, he isn't ish, and he cannot understand for the life of him why you would deal with a man like him. And so because he cannot understand why you would deal with a man like him, he has to beat up your self-esteem. He has to beat on your confidence. He has to beat on your accomplishments. He's never, ever going to act as if he cherishes you. He's never, ever going to support you because he hates the fact that you want him and that you don't need him. And then he's going to start sabotaging you from the inside out like the cancerous man he is. Click the link in the bio and book your one-on-one sessions if you've ever dealt with anything like this. I give some of the best advice.
Most black men don't want a good woman. Most black men are not attracted to good women. If most black men, 7 out of 10 black men, had the choice between a quote-unquote good woman and the woman the modern woman, the woman they complain about a lot, 7 out of 10 will choose the woman that they complain about and hope and wish and pray that they can change her or modify her. That's the truth. As much as we talk about we don't like the tattoos, the weave, the baby hairs, loud, belligerent, sexually explicit, little to no clothes on, high body count, the truth is, if it was between that and a wholesome, Christian, modest woman, she's attractive, she's in shape, she dresses nice, but she's covered up, you can't see everything, there's not a whole bunch of tattoos and all those kinds of things, most men are going to choose the very woman that they say they don't want.
Where is the lie? It's all fact. Most black men do not want good women. You know, most of these men come on this app complaining about city girl lifestyle, horror culture, toxic feminism, and all that. But at the end of the day, they do not want good women. I say this because a lot of girls are rolling out bank on OnlyFans every month. Who are the ones subscribed to OnlyFans and watching women show their nudity? These same men. Even on this same app called TikTok, I know creators who built an entire audience, millions of followers, based on having a great body. That's all. All they do is to twerk, show body, and guess what? The men are in the comments. And they built an entire audience just for showing body, and a considerable number of their followers are male. Over 80% of women on this app who show body, who give sexual vibes, the majority of their followers are men. So when men say that they want good women, it is a lie. AKA Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson got his godly wife out here wearing a bonnet and calling it a helmet of salvation. Meanwhile, Derek Jackson was out here saying everything that women wanted to hear and presenting himself as a good guy. But look at the kind of woman that he ended up cheating with. The same women that they complain about. The city girl looking kind of girl, the girl who acts like, she's part of the whore culture, the toxic feminism girl. And that is it. So yes, this dude is so right. And Derek Jackson is a good example and a good case study. Most of these men do not want good women. They don't want women with natural bodies, a little fupa, and a God-fearing, and a woman who is committed to building a family with them. Who they really want is the Instagram baddie. Is the women with the surgically enhanced bodies, giving body, with the thought culture and, being sexually explicit. That is the kind of woman that most of these men want. But they come online, disguise, hide, and discredit those women. And at the end of the day, they would cheat on a good woman with those same women that they claim they despise. And this dude, he just said all the facts. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist.
Listen, good girls are boring. I'm gonna tell you why. The only difference between a good girl and a slut is one giving it up and one ain't. That's the only difference. Because a good girl will put you through all this shit. She'll emotionally manipulate you. She'll do all this weird shit to your mind and shit. And you going through all these trials and tribulations and you still ain't gonna pop. At least with the bop, the bop be on time, man. The good girl gonna stress you the fuck out and still won't let you hit. That's the crazy part.
Yo, I don't care what nobody say. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Men do not want good girls. They say they want good girls because it sounds good for the internet. They will talk your ear off all day about, I want a homebody, a traditional woman to stay at home and no BBL. I want my woman natural, this and that. No wigs, no long nails. And then they get that girl, and then guess what they do? They cheat on them with the same girl they just said they didn't want. The girl with the long nails and the BBL and the makeup and the fake titties. No, what they really mean when they say they want a good girl is that they want a good girl to stay at home and take care of their kids and give them chance after chance after chance after chance while he continues to do it, and while he's going out partying with the girls, the wife is just staying home. That's what they really mean. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Just like Hannah Montana, they want the best of both worlds.
It is the women that loved us the most, the women that treated us the best, the women that cared the most for us. Those are the women that we give the most hell to, traumatize the most, and mistreat the most in these relationships. They have a special place in our heart. And it is not until they get ready to leave, go, break up with us that we want to get our shit together and start doing the right things. However, we've traumatized them and mistreated them so bad that by the time we get to that point that we want to do right and we want them, they through with us. They don't know how to love us. They don't know who we are. They don't know if we're this man that has mistreated them for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or if we are really this guy that showed up now as a knight in shining armor. They're confused. It's a thin line between love and hate. These women really do love us. However, they get tired.
Men fall in love with hoes. They don't fall in love with good women. Anytime you see a man crying over a woman and his feelings about a woman, it's always about a hoe. Men don't be tripping about the good girl. Men don't be caring about that girl who's consistent, the girl who's always there. They don't be tripping about her. They be tripping over some hoe. It always be a hoe with a fat booty, and she be on Instagram, and she get flown out, and all the men be falling in love with her. All the men be giving her attention, straight up. It's just some girl that he met in the club, that it would just be a one-night stand, and now he got feelings for her, straight up. You was just a body. She really don't like you. She got a man at home. You was just a side piece, but here you go catching feelings for her. She a hoe, bro. Let it go.
Here's my problem with good girls. They lack the mentality. You know, as a professional meat slinger, I've taught a lot of women a lot of things, but you know, you can't teach the mentality. And when you come into the bedroom, I need you having the mentality of, yo, I want to be used as an F toy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be your object to use to your liking. I want you to just take what you want. Sprinkle a little bit of CNC, or dump a whole tub of CNC into the equation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there aren't good girls out there that have this mentality, okay? But it's like finding a guy that's gonna be honest about his height. You know, there's gonna be guys out there that are honest, sure, but you're looking for a needle in a haystack. And so it's just like that's why I get along well with bops. And oh my God, bop, that's the first time I've said that out loud. I feel like I'm too old to say that. That sounds weird coming out my mouth. I'm just going to say what the ladies called themselves back in the day, free spirits. So that's why me and free spirits, or, you know, the word that rhymes with doors, that's why we get along so well.
If you aren't who a man desires to be with long term, he's just going to use you until he finds a woman he truly wants to be with, if you allow it. A lot of men do not actually want good women. And if you're dealing with a man who is emotionally immature, he is going to mistreat you, use you, and dump you. Good women are always the ones who get played, who get used, who get manipulated, who have to go to therapy. Good women are the ones who are always broken and damaged because they get too much to a man. How many good women do you know who were in relationships with men, who were good to these men, and these men ended up using them, manipulating them, and dumping them? These women did nothing. All they did was being good to a man, was being a good woman to a man, and they got nothing out of it. Men who say they want a good woman on paper, it looks good. They want a good woman because that is what society accepts. That is what society advises them to chase. But when they get a good woman, they mistreat this woman. They treat her like shit. It's like you being a good woman to a man equates you to being a dummy. He equates you to being a dummy because you're a good woman to him. They will go on their podcast, come online and say, I want a good woman, I want an understanding girlfriend, a wife material, a traditional woman. They will name all of these things, all of these features and character traits they are looking for in a woman. But when God gives them a good woman, guess what they do? They play her, they use her, they manipulate her, they take her for granted, and they get bored of you. In the long run, a man gets bored of a good woman. That is the irony. They want you to be the perfect wife, to stay at home, give birth to their babies, cook food for them, clean, raise their kids, take care of their kids while they are in the street club, while they are out there in the street, cheating on you with the woman they really want to be with, the hoe. To the good girl, to the understanding girlfriend, you're losing. And as painful as I'm going to say it, don't be a good woman because you want to keep a man. Be a good woman for yourself. Because if you want to be a good woman to keep a man, you're going to end up failing. Trust me. The girls who are getting flown out on vacations, while you're at home taking care of the kids, cleaning, cooking, raising the kids, your man is on vacation with a girl he really wants to be with. When they go on these vacations, do you know what these men do? They pay for prostitutes, they pay for S-workers, they go to strip clubs, spend money on women. They are getting ran through on vacations. Men go on vacations to actually do what? To fuck. They go on vacations to sleep with women. They get ran through on vacations. So when your man is going on these vacations without you, who do you think he's sleeping with? Who do you think he's spending time with? He's spending time with a woman he's paid for sex or a woman he's in a relationship with. But it is definitely not you. You can be at home starving with your kids. You need money. Rather than giving you that money to take care of yourself, oh babe, take this money, go for shopping, get a new outfit, look good, let's go out on a date. Oh babe, take this money, spoil yourself, get some clothes, I'm taking you on a vacation. Oh babe, take this money and get stuff for the home. No, he's going to take that money and go on vacation and pay for sex. Pay for sex from an S-worker. This is what men do. You who is a good girl at home, you're getting nothing. Here is a deeper layer to it. Why men don't want good women. Some men mistake good for easy. good for easy, good for weak, good for stupid. They equate goodness to dummy, goodness to stupidity. So when a woman is kind and patient, certain immature men will take advantage of that because they confuse gentleness and goodness for weakness. But a secure man won't do that. He's going to respect it. Emotional maturity also matters. A man who is not ready for real intimacy may be drawn to excitement and chaos. He's still excited. He's chasing dopamine. He wants to sleep with all the bad girls. He wants to sleep with all the hoes. This type of man will crave chaos instead of stability. It's not even about you being too good. It's about him not being fully emotionally developed to know what is real, to know what is good for him. One of the reasons why so many good women get played is because you are dealing with men who don't even know your value. You're dealing with men who don't even know your value, who don't even know what they have. You're dealing with men who are not even on your level, who are not even on your league, who cannot even value what you have to offer as a good woman, because that is not what they are chasing. If a man is chasing dopamine, excitement, sex, you can be the best woman in this world and he's still going to fumble you. If a man is not emotionally matured and fully developed to accept what is real, that man is going to fumble you. It doesn't even matter if you're a good woman. If you're not what he wants, if he's not chasing for real intimacy, he's rather chasing for excitement and dopamine, he's going to fumble you. Being good doesn't mean self-sacrifice. A lot of good women sacrifice too much in relationships. You sacrifice too much for men who don't even value you, who don't even deserve it. Every time I sit and think about all the men I was good to, who didn't deserve me, that means it aches me, it boils my blood, because I'm like, I was a good girl to this guy and he didn't even deserve me. He's not even worth it, but I was good to him. When I think about the times that I was good to a man, those were the times I got played. Every time you're very good to a man, you end up getting played. And I'm not even saying that you should be a bad woman, but don't be a good girl because you think that is what is going to keep a man, or you being good to him is going to make him like you more or get picked. You're going to get used. A lot of them take advantage of good women. That is the bitter truth. At least I'm speaking from my experience. If you're lucky enough to meet a man who you're good to and he's been able to value you and cherish you and accept it, kudos to you, sis. But 90% of the women I know, the things that I've seen and from my own experiences, they take advantage of good women. They use good women, they manipulate good women. Good women are the ones who get played, used, and dumb, and who end up getting nothing out of relationships. That's facts. Giving too much of yourself, giving too much of your love, your time, your energy, everything in relationships, hoping that it is going to earn his love. The real truth is, real love doesn't come from self-erasure. Real love doesn't come from self-sacrifice, that you completely give too much of yourself and get nothing out of it. No. This is the reason why they consider you to be a dummy. This is the reason why when you're good to a man, he considers you to be a dummy, because the sacrifices you're making, this man wouldn't make them if the roles were reversed. Every time you're good to a man, do you know how he processes it? That you're being stupid, you're being a dummy, you're being a nice girl, you're boring. That is how they process it. Because in his mind, he's like, there is nothing exciting, there is nothing you're doing to trigger him, you're giving him everything for free. And men want to work for the things they have. So when you're being too nice, too good, too understanding, all of these things, they don't like it because they find it boring, and they have said it in this video. Real love comes from being good to yourself as well. The right man will value that and he will respect it. A good man and a real man understands that balance. He knows that you have to love yourself. A good man will teach you how to love yourself. If you've ever been in a relationship with a good man, a man who really loves you like that, trust me, you will never settle for less, because he becomes a standard for everything. He becomes a standard. Anybody who's not giving you that love, that kind of love, you don't want it. You don't want it. And I've noticed this especially with men. When they want to go out with their homeboys to have fun or drink or go on vacations, they are not taking the girls who are quiet. They are not taking the girls who are homebodies, who are into themselves. They are not taking good women. That's the truth. They are taking the hoes. When men want to have fun, where do they go to? They go to the street club. They go to the clubs. They go to the bars. They go to places where they can see women who can give them sex, who they can sleep with. They are looking for places where they can find easy access to sex. That is how they have their own fun. And when the man wants to go on these his vacations or go to the club, he's not taking the girl who is a homebody. He's not taking the girl who is a good girl. He's taking the hoe out because you know what? He believes he's going to have more fun with the hoe than with a good girl because the good girl will be boring. And one of them said in this video that a good girl, the only difference between a good girl and a hoe is one is sleeping with you and the other person is not willing to sleep with you. So do you see it? So they will rather take a girl who is going to be fun and at the same time will be able to sleep with them, because to them they consider a good girl to be boring and she's not even going to give them sex. And what do they want? Excitement. There are men who also want a real connection. There are men who are also looking for good women. Men who want a real connection do exist. They are often quieter, more intentional, and are often overlooked because they don't play mind games. They don't play all these emotional games which toxic men play. They are just looking for a real partner, someone they can build with, a woman they can love, a good woman as well. There are a lot of good men out there, but they are overlooked. And some of you women will encounter these good men and you will call them boring because they don't excite you, because you too are also chasing for excitement and chaos. A good man who brings you peace, no, you don't want him, he's boring. But the one who brings you toxicity and chaos, that is who you're going to fall in love with. That is who you want to sleep with. No. Most of these men who are looking for a real genuine connection, they appreciate kindness, loyalty, and integrity. They just need to meet someone who has these same qualities and values herself. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 of this video because there are a lot of things which I want to say, but I don't want to make this video too long. Anyways, guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Share your experiences. For all the good girls, how did it end up? Did you get married? Did you get picked? What are your experiences being a good woman to a man? Mine has been definitely horrible. Anyways, I'm dying to see your thoughts. Share your experiences in the comment section, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.